Hour to go until the polls close. The Zimbabwe Election Support Network is a coalition of NGOs formed to coordinate activities pertaining to elections just north of our border. Let's discuss what they perceived around today's polling. We're joined by the chair, Andrew Makoni, on the line for us. Mr. Makoni, thank you very much. Are you encouraged or discouraged by what you've seen and heard about today?
Well, thank you very much. We are encouraged by the fact that we have witnessed a huge turnout today in terms of voters coming to vote on voting day. In some of the polling stations I visited, there is almost an 80% of people who have turned out to vote, and which is very encouraging. But however, we have also witnessed some, challenging situations where, in some constituencies, candidates' names were missing, and that delayed the elections as the electoral authorities were now reprinting some of the ballot papers in order to accommodate the missing candidates. We've also experienced situations where some of the voters were turned away for one reason or the other. In some polling stations, the number of voters turned away was quite high. I remember in one polling station, the number of about 101, and in another polling station, the number of over 80, which is quite a significant number of those who were turned away. However, I'm hoping that by close of polling, we will not have as many persons turned away as to affect the result of the election.
So you're saying they're issues, but they're not a threat to the credibility of the poll?
Sorry, come again?
What I'm saying is you have said there are issues, but they are not going to threaten the credibility of today's polling.
This is my hope. If the percentage of the number of people who are turned away on the basis that their names are missing in the voters' roll is insignificant, that may not affect the credibility of this election. But however, I would want to add that the credibility of any election is a number of factors that are taken into account, including the peacefulness of the election, as well as whether that election is fair. At this moment, it will be too early to judge. We are still receiving reports from various parts of the country, and perhaps it will be only until tomorrow that we may have a clear picture as to whether we have had what can take the credible election.
What about some of the things that the opposition has raised, for instance, on the ballot paper, 2 columns divided quite conveniently so that Emerson Mnangagwa's face appears on the second column? Have you heard much from the ZEC about that and the other issues raised?
Well, the opposition political parties were raising those issues before.
All right, what a pity. We've lost Andrew Makoni, chair of the Zimbabwe Election Support Network, which is a group of NGOs monitoring these elections. He was at least saying that despite the issues, none of them seem critical, none of them seem to threaten the credibility of the polls thus far. We take a short break, we'll be back.